Are you fed up with the Democratic Party? I feel the same way. But is Jasmine Crockett the answer? Recently, Trump said this about Jasmine Crockett being the star of the Democratic Party.
How about this new one they have, their new star, Crockett? How about her? If that's their new star, they're in serious trouble.
You probably don't care about stars. If you're like me, you care about health care, mortgage, retirement, child care, food prices, gas prices, vacation, if possible, roof over head, food on the table, issues that really matter to our lives, not about who's the star or not. But the more Crockett talks, the more it seems like what she's trying to do is be a star, not a worker for us. Here she is explaining how illegal mass immigration is somehow good for Black America.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Yeah, that's right. She never stopped talking, man. She's always on something. Black farm ownership decline. You know what? Black people used to farm. It's funny that you would bring that up, Jasmine Crockett. Historically, in 1910, Black farmers owned approximately 16 million acres of farmland. That's right. Black people used to farm. Currently, in 2022, Black farmers operated only 32,000 farms, covering only 5.3 million acres. We went from owning 1.8% of U.S. farmland to 0.1%. Well, less than 1%. The accelerated decline came in 2017 to 2022, where Black-owned farms declined by nearly 13%, compared to a 7% decline of all farms. A lot of the people that come across the border ain't going to work on farms. They're going to work in the textile industry.
A screen printing company in Albuquerque that started nearly 13 years ago, with an important mission attached to it.
We're a social enterprise, and we created our business to help create good jobs for immigrants and refugees in our community.
Most of these women who work here are immigrants or refugees, coming from all over the world and speaking different languages.
In the food processing industry, in the garment district, in transportation, there's a number, in construction most notably.
What % of construction workers are immigrants? About 24.7% of construction workers are immigrants. This figure is based on data from the American Community Survey, which shows that the share of immigrants in construction has reached a new historic high. When we look at specific construction trades, the percentage of immigrant workers is even higher. In these trades, immigrants account for over 31% of the workforce. This includes essential roles like plasterers, stucco masons, drywall and ceiling tile installers, painters, and roofers. For example, 64% of plasters and stucco masons and 52% of drywall and ceiling tile installers are immigrants. The concentration of immigrant workers varies significantly across different states. In states like California and Texas, immigrants make up about 40% of the construction workforce. In Florida, this number is around 38%, and in New York and New Jersey, it's approximately 37%.
And landscaping and other professions. Yeah, they got machines now, Jasmine Crockett, to pick vegetables and fruits, mechanically. There are machines for this. Go to my YouTube channel, you'll see a couple of them using videos.
With advancements in agricultural machinery, farmers and orchard owners now have access to a range of cutting-edge solutions that revolutionize fruit harvesting. From precision, robotic arms to intelligent picking mechanisms, these fruit picker machines are changing the game. So join us as we explore the top brands and models that are shaping the future of fruit harvesting.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton.
Maybe it was true back 30 years ago, before they took over the construction industry, being new immigrants, migrants, they took over the construction industry, and a lot of the restaurant industry as well. or behind the cooking area, restaurant industry. Even if that was true, though, Jasmine Crockett, it's important to note that they were getting paid. You know, Black Americans were working in the fields, what you referred to as slavery. You know, working on a farm and getting paid to work on the farm is not what Black people had to do. Black people were slaves. They weren't getting paid. And I know you want to be a stand-up comedian, and I understand that, and I respect that. Maybe you should go on tour. But this isn't helping anyone. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
I know that's right. Next on deck with Tim Black.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And as I'm sure you can assume, we see this a little bit differently. Here we go again, talking about Biden, and more Biden. Today is nothing more than a dog and pony show for Republicans to avoid facing the American people for their trash policies that are killing the economy and our democracy. Despite Republicans' claim of backing the blue and being the party of law and order, we're here today because Republicans are willing to throw our country's top law enforcement agents under the bus to appease Trump and execute his political vengeance. Now, I know remembering things is hard for some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, like remembering not to add reporters into a Signal chat discussing military war plans. But let me remind my colleagues that it was Trump who decided to store national secrets and classified documents next to his oversized bathtub and toilet at Mar-a-Lago. It was Trump who took the documents out of the boxes.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Yeah, man, this is what she spends her time doing when she's on Capitol Hill. She's not pushing for a certain legislation to help Black people, or any people actually, or help Texans. But instead, she's trying to play the dozens. She's still doing the same old shtick, just less people are watching her. Look, man. Hey, man, I'm here. Ain't nobody going to defend Trump putting boxes by his toilet. But what's better, Biden putting them in his garage by his old Corvettes? Or maybe Hillary setting up her own software server and housing all her emails at home. All her emails. Against the law. And Democrats got mad when people brought it up and said how we were nitpicking and just being misogynistic. And when I guess both Biden and Trump did the same thing, how can you trash Trump and defend Biden doing it? You can't. And at least when Trump did it, he was president. Biden did it when he was vice president.
I want to add one more point. As a civil rights attorney, I have had to sue law enforcement. There have been times that I can truly say that law enforcement has crossed the line.
There has been times when law enforcement crossed the line. She could actually say that. There's been times when they've crossed the line. Go ahead, Jazz. You're going to make me take back everything bad I said. Go in and stand up for Black people.
I truly believe that there can be one or two in a bunch that can ruin everyone.
Did you just hear what she said? Black America, did you just hear what she said? She just used a Republican talking point to defend cops. She just said one or two bad apples could spoil the bunch. See, I've been telling y'all she's full of smack. Yeah, this ain't about her making an off-color joke or roasting somebody. This is about her defending bad cops. She said, yeah, I have found the occasional bad cop. And yeah, one or two bad cops could spoil the bunch. She wrote that. That's not a slip of the tongue. She's reading it. She got in trouble for freestyling. Now she's writing down her lyrics. I'm going to need everybody to rewind this. I don't want to rewind it. I don't want to lose my place. But all the people that said, Tim Black, stop hating on her sister. Did you just hear what she just said? She's defending cops. Bad cops. Yeah, one or two bad cops to spoil the bunch. As if it's only one or two. As if that's really the problem. We have millions of cops in this country. Easily hundreds of thousands. I don't know if it's millions, but we got hundreds of thousands of cops. She's going to say one or two bad apples. That's what she just said. That's what she just said. Y'all need to stop defending her just because she's got lashes like the ones your sister wears.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
I wonder how much longer Black America is going to go on with this charade that she's doing. It's going to let her pass by, I don't know, because she says dang and y'all. Come on now. Come on now. I wonder how much longer you're going to let that stand.
The problem that I have right now, though, is that we have decided to focus in on something that my Republican colleagues have decided to term as being political. What is political is when somebody says that they are going to come back and seek retribution. What is political is firing people because they simply were following the evidence and doing their jobs.
It could also be political to go after somebody to begin with. You could go after somebody politically to tie them up in court. That's political too, Jasmine Crockett. I mean, come on, guys. We're smart enough to know this, right? You don't like somebody, you're able to sick the cops on them, you do it. People go political on you all the time or go law enforcement on you all the time. Have a next door neighbor that says you're playing your music too loud. Say I wasn't playing it too loud. They're gone political on you. They went and told the landlord on you. They're going political on you. Someone says, makes up a whole number of things. People do it all the time. You don't think people do this in politics? They do it in your regular life to you. Jazz is up here acting like it would be like finding, I don't know, the Masters, Princess Masters in his bathroom. Like, you know, crazy stuff. Or maybe if we found out that maybe he was killed for his masters. That's not that kooky. Worth multiple millions of dollars. So she's denying reality that people do go political. And some politics can influence what people do. In small towns all across this country, there are small town judges and big town judges that do things for politics, do things for friends. It happens all the time. Going political is not just something the Democrats and Republicans do. She's acting like it's a crazy idea that only Trump could ever do. Though he's only been in politics for 5 years of his life. And people have been playing politics for hundreds of years in this world. And we still got people that are delusional to think it only applies to Trump. And that's what this rant she's going on is about. She's denying that people went after Trump for political reasons.
As law enforcement has been trained to do. And ultimately, regardless of whether or not anyone believes that it was right to indict the president, not once, not twice, not three, but 4 times he was indicted. Ultimately, each of you knows enough to know that at the end of the day, it is citizens that sit on a grand jury that are the ones that decide whether or not evidence exists to go forward with an indictment.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Folks, I need you to understand that there's a statement called, there's a saying that's said about indictments. Any lawyer worth his own weight, you can get a ham sandwich indicted. Meaning, getting an indictment is nothing. Because in an indictment, there's no rebuttal. There's no other alternative facts presented. You tell the jury what you're going to prove. And as long as it makes like it sounds like it makes sense, the jury goes with it. I mean, getting an indictment is the easiest thing in the world to do when it comes to the legal process. It's very simple. And the fact that she would say, folks, I know you're smart enough, that means she doesn't think you're smart. Because it's common knowledge that getting indictments is very easy. Folks, anytime they've ever were unable to get an indictment against a bad cop, it's because they didn't want to. It's that simple. And if Crockett can't keep it real about immigration, about the police, about anything else other than raising their profile, she can't be the answer. Unless the answer is go independent. Let me know what you think in the comments section. The next video up is the one that YouTube thinks is perfect for you. So click that video, and I'll see you on the other side. Want to be a star more than you want to be a lawmaker.